most about the acts that happened over the weekend was the fact that I wasn't surprised at all. This is one of many acts that have happened in our community, and you can't be blind to what's happening. Here's a list of just a few of the things that have happened at our school. One of my friends had someone say, "I hate Jews" to them in German almost every day in class. The same person made jokes about their family being Nazis and killing her family. Another person had a swastika drawn on their backpack. There have also been several swastikas carved into desks and bathrooms at school. Another person that I know, during the reading of the book Night in 8th grade, someone else borrowed their book, and it was returned with pictures of swastikas drawn all over it. In history class, when we were learning about the Holocaust, someone asked, "Why do we need to learn about the Holocaust? It's in the past." Another teacher's room was defaced with swastikas. Another kid that I know joined the KKK, or tried to join the KKK as a joke online during lunch to see if they would let him in, and then right after made a gas chamber joke. And the one that probably a lot of you know is that Blaise Bernstein's killer went to CDM and was part of a neo-Nazi organization. Now, how are we as Jewish students expected to speak up when we're victim to these acts, when we don't know who actually has malicious intentions, when the worst case scenario isn't someone being mad at us that we told the teacher on them, but the worst case scenario is possible death? The lack of punishment for these people and the lack of us being able to speak up and put ourselves in this position has led to toxic normalization of these acts. It's impossible to fully grasp what the Holocaust means because the statistics are so large, and a lot of people, their exposure generally is just through history classes, where they don't have any personal ties to the Holocaust, and they can't fully wrap their minds around what it means for 11 million people to be killed. As someone that's Jewish, I do have personal ties to the Holocaust, and I also have had the opportunity to interview multiple Holocaust survivors. One of these people, named Clara Stern, she was interviewed by us, and we compiled all of their stories into a book to be donated to the Orange County Historical Archives. So, in her story, she had never told anyone, even her family members, about what had happened because it was too horrific for her to recount. But she decided that it was important enough to make sure that this never happened again, to share her story. Some of the things that she told us were how she was in Auschwitz, and she actually knew and worked with Anne Frank, digging out trenches. And then she was also transferred to the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, where she worked carrying bodies to mass graves. 2 weeks after this interview, she tragically passed away. But she was courageous enough in her final moments to be able to relive the worst parts of her life for the sole purpose of making sure it never happened again. Just for kids like the ones this weekend to use the symbol of their suffering for a game of beer pong. It's horrible that something so tragic had to happen for the community to be able to come together and realize the true prevalence of anti-Semitism in our community and communities all over the world. But all we can do now is capitalize on this opportunity when we have everyone's attention. And the first place to start making a change is in our community, where individual voices can be heard. And hopefully this can mark a shift in our culture. Thank you.